Peace, y'all. I was laying in the bed and I thought, you need to push the button. Like, I have so much content that I've recorded that I have just been holding because it needs to be edited and I haven't had the time or the patience or the focus to do it. But I was like, it's been a long time since I've gone live anywhere. I was going live on Instagram, but something was kind of like, go live on YouTube. Like, stop trying to make it perfect, Virgo. It's already perfect. And the crazy thing was, like, as soon as I was setting up to go live, my stand that I have right here for my iPad, the tightening bolt, it cracked. And so it kept falling down. So it wouldn't keep my iPad, nice and sturdy. So now I have it on my keyboard and then I just like propped it up or whatever. And it's just like, this is real life. Like, I never wanted to be like overly produced or whatever. I mean, eventually it'll probably get there, but it's like, bitch, you just starting. Okay. So I'm going to be myself. So I'm going to curse. It's bad enough I can't play any music cuz I don't want to get in any trouble, but I only slept for a few hours last night, oddly. I went to bed. I went to sleep probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm a night owl. I was born on a balsamic moon, so that's like the closing cycle. It's like right before the dark moon, the new moon. So I'm a very like introspective person. Check out your moon phase, what moon phase you were born under. And so anyway, I didn't sleep last night. I woke up at like 5 o'clock and went to the bathroom and I couldn't go back to sleep right away. So then I just started like looking at stuff or whatever. My birthday's coming up 9/15, 10 more days. And it's my birthday. Oh, I usually start off my videos with today is Thursday, September 5th, 2024. It is 1:22 p.m. Um, but I started thinking like, what am I going to do for my birthday? I want to do something. Last year was the first year I ever celebrated my birthday. And last night I retwisted my hair. Um, and so while I was awake, I started like, I don't go anywhere. I don't really do anything. So I'm like, I don't even really know any like nice restaurants or whatever. So I started researching through TikTok and then Google and stuff like that to try to find somewhere that I might want to have dinner. So then I get in my head and I'm like, well, who will I invite? Because it's like, I know a lot of people, but it's like, who do you invite to your birthday? It's like, I don't have like, my inner circle is so small that it's like consists of literally one or two people that know each other. You know what I mean? Everybody else is like, I got this group over here, I got this group over here, you know what I mean? And they're all small groups, like two people over here that know each other and three people over here that know each other. So anyway, I finally went back to sleep. I don't know what time it was, but I was up for probably a couple hours. So maybe about 7, close to 8 o'clock. Around that time, I finally go back to sleep. And then when I wake up, like at 11, I'm like, yeah, I just need to go live. Like I kind of need to get in my zone. And I just do really well with just like pushing the button and just like raw footage. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do that. Um, I'm gonna pull my first cards of the day. I literally just got this dragon's blood, and I got a few different smudges, but this dragon's blood has been kind of a staple because there's been a lot of energy around that just heavy on protecting my energy here lately. So I don't know how long I'll be on here because I do have a couple things I need to do before I head out the house to meet somebody. So also when I got up today, I saw that an award that I was nominated for, this is the first time I've ever been nominated for anything. So as they say, it is such an honor to be nominated for anything. It's like, you think people don't notice you, and then somebody nominates you. And I was nominated for an award through this magazine, as I think the category is most influential, which is freaking crazy because I just feel like, it's funny because people always be like, oh, they're watching. And I know that's true, but rarely people say anything to you. Rarely people give you positive feedback or feedback at all, or constructive criticism. I like to say, that's Virgo. We are critical, but it should be in a constructive way. So I'm going to pull these yogic paths because I said I'm not sure how long I'll be on here. I don't want to, when I'm doing my work, it's like we're done when we're done. You push the button and you see where it goes. I got new shelves. I did an event. I did my first outdoor event on the 24th. And I took down the shelves I had and put up these new shelves because these have bars. So it kind of can hold the weight better. And I've had those other shelves for like 2-3 years, but they were like $40 a piece. So I spent like $80 on them shelves, and I used to break them down and all that stuff like that. But these, I said I wanted to try these out. They looked really good for the event. Um, there were more of them. This is how it fits in this space, but it was literally 2 towers of the black and 2 towers of the white. So I'm still configuring, trying to work with the space. But the things that I don't like about them is that there's no back, because I don't want things to fall behind the shelves. I don't want to accidentally lose a deck behind the shelves. But I do like that they have like the bars or whatever. I also like that it doesn't take up the entire space. I have a little bit of space. I have this painting that I need to hang. I want to hang it right here on my wall, but it gets done when it gets done. All right. This was one of my first Oracle decks I ever bought. What I also don't like about it is it's not as it definitely has a lot of, like, it moves very easy. See that? Yeah. See, it moves really easy. My other ones did not, and I don't know if it's because I had 3 columns. I was able to fit 3 columns. So the last time I pulled these cards, I pulled Saraswati. I always leave out the cards that I pulled prior to. That's crazy because I've gotten both of these energies in another deck in the last couple days. Saraswati, and then on the bottom of the deck we have Lakshmi. Ooh, move it over here. There we go. We're still working it out. I had Shiva, I had all gods and goddesses. That's a pretty dope spread. And then I had Ganesh, and I have been receiving Ganesh a lot lately as well. Remover of obstacles. Shiva. Oh my goodness. The inner teacher. This card talks about the inner teacher stepping forward as the teacher. And yesterday I only pulled cards once yesterday, which is unlike me, only one deck. And it was the animal spirit cards, the wild unknown animal spirits. And I pulled, well, first I pulled the cosmic egg. So, yay, me. If y'all can see that. I pulled the cosmic egg, and then I pulled the cobra, which talked about being the inner teacher. I pulled then the peacock, which is about inner beauty, but what it was mainly talking about, and I think that mentioned Lakshmi, yeah, um, and abundance. And then the owl, I forget what it said. Um, So the cosmic egg, we have completion, harmony, the infinite within the finite, and that's the last card of the deck. It represents the seventh chakra, the crown chakra. Then we have the cobra, pausing, waiting, the inner teacher, a student of life, humble and wise. We have the peacock, inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything, confident and kind. Um, this adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment. Then we have the owl, which again talked about abundance, clairvoyant treasures. Is this the one? Yeah, the goddess Lakshmi, and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. So yeah, those are what I pulled the last time. Let me grab my selenite. I like to shuffle. If I don't shuffle on my selenite, I'll shuffle on my journal because that's my energy. It's what I've been writing. All right. And we'll grab both of them since I've gotten up. Actually, I did pull cards last night, right before I went to bed, because I'm like that. Like, I like to pull first thing in the day to kind of know what the energies are, and then like at the end of the day, it's kind of like my report card of the day, like, how did I do today? um and it was funny because the first card I pulled was the Nine of Swords, which talks about anxiety and like being in bed and can't sleep. And then I didn't sleep well last night. It could be nightmares, but I feel like sometimes I'll stress when there's no need to stress. So I pulled the Nine of Swords, and then I pulled number 19, the Sun card, but it was in reverse. And instantly I heard, go to sleep, like just go to sleep, like everything is fine, like you're up, you're worrying for no reason, just go to sleep, like all is well. And I know all is well because all has been very well in my world. But I'm such a thinker that it's like I do overthink. It's so Virgo. um let's see how my hair looks the day after. Oh yes. Come on, birthday hair. Okay. We got the ends done. Yeah, we like it. We're happy. Um, yeah, so I got the Sun card, which I feel like even if you get the Sun in reverse, like it's a very positive card. It's one of the best cards in the tarot. And then what else did I get? I don't even think I took a picture of it. Oh, I think then I got oh no, I did take a picture. So I got the Nine of Swords, then I got the Sun card in reverse, then I got the Wheel of Fortune upright. Um, Everything is faded. It's happening the way it should. Good fortune. And then I got the Three of Wands, basically, waiting for your ships to come in. But this can also be a card of travel. So yeah. So let's see what the yogic path has for me. Just push the button and just go. Stop thinking so much about it. Because I have been wanting to come to YouTube, but like I said, I felt like everything had to be like so perfectly crafted. Um, I would say sorry, but I like to show real life. Text messages come through. We see what they are. The space that I want to build online is a space of calm, peace, not rushing. I don't rush anything. Like, I don't, my nervous system cannot handle it. So, that's been part of my healing journey. It's just like the process of slowing down. So when I get ready to pull, I four is the door. Chris Witecki, that stuck with me forever. Four is the door. Um, Four is the door. So I shuffle four times, saying personal intentions in my mind. 2, 3, and 4. I only take cards that come out on their own. I don't do any like, even though it's like I'm all about magic and learning alchemy and divination and all the unseen. I'm a mystic. You know, I'm also a Virgo. I'm also very real. I'm very earth. And I understand that people don't always believe or think there's some trick to this work that we do. But I only take cards that come out on their own because I want people to see for themselves. Like, I didn't do anything funny. Like, this is how it came out, just like that. Um, and I usually will not. I like to take one card at a time. So as you saw, multiple cards came out. I stuck it back in the deck. Um, Sometimes I will, just depends on how I'm guided. But I always believe if more than one card comes out and one of them or both of them were for me, they will come out again. And that happens. So the first card we have out the deck is the Buddha. What a blessing. I feel very connected to the Buddha. You know, oftentimes when we're talking about spirituality and religion and things like that, we look at, you know, Christ. We look at, and I, 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 I'm not traditional in anything. I love all religions, all walks of faith, the team of faith. And so I respect and I honor them and I take what they all can teach me. I take what they all can teach me. And, but the Buddha always seems to connect with me more so than maybe um, Christ, even though I did not grow up in church. I was a very mystical, spiritual kid. My mom was a Christian Episcopalian, and my father, when they got together, was a Catholic. But during their marriage, before I was born, after my three siblings were born, he converted to Islam. So I got his Muslim name, Fatima Faith Elamine. So Um, I always was intrigued by Islam as far as like the art, the aesthetic of it. Um, but I also felt off about it. So when I was in like sixth grade or so, I started going to an Episcopal church around here, my mom and I got baptized when I was like in seventh grade. So I've been baptized in a Christian church. That's still my church family. Matter of fact, someone just passed away that I'll be going to their funeral next week. And that's still church family. And then when I got divorced, because when I got married, I kept all my names, Fatima, Faith, Elamine, and then I added on my ex-husband's name. And then when I got divorced, I said, you know what, I'm dropping everything, because my dad gave me the name Fatima, my mom gave me the name Faith, and my dad wasn't around. He left when I was very young. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and just be Fatima Faith, because everybody that I grew up with, everybody that knows me as Fatima. So that's not going to change. But I just thought it was like a cool name, Fatima Faith, no middle name. And having four names can be a headache. Believe me, for 11 years of being married, I had four names, Fatima Faith Elamine, and then my married name, last name. And tax stuff, just anything, because it's like, okay, which one's your middle name? Do you have two middle names or do you have two last names? And being that my last name, my maiden name was Elamine, it already had a hyphen in it, so I didn't have a hyphen. It was Elamine, married name, last name. So it was just a headache. So I just said, you know what? Screw it. It's Fatima Faith, period. And I love my name now because it's like my chosen name. But it still has a feeling of both of my parents. So yeah, that's what I did. And then after I got divorced a couple years ago, I converted to Islam in my own studies. I converted to Islam in my own studies because I started when I was in college. I've taken many religion classes, but I took some mysticism class. I know, right? The divine puts you where you need to be. I didn't even know what mysticism was, but I was just like, oh my gosh, I loved that class. It was a great class. And so I learned about different uh, mystical belief systems, but he didn't talk about Sufism. But in my research on my own, I ended up finding about Sufism, which felt more connected to me than Islam, but it is still of that same category, I guess. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So the Buddha, I've always felt very connected to the Buddha. I remember when the Golden Child came out with Eddie Murphy, I felt like I was the Golden Child. And then to get into astrology, and I have a Leo moon, so like this golden inner soul glow or whatever you want to call it. Um, and then I took a workshop for, I think it was like Olmec astrology or something like that. And I am the lunar golden sun. Um, and so she was telling me, she's like, yeah, you're like the Buddha, the Christ, that type of energy. And then my Western astrologer had told me when he did my reading, the peace dealer, Michael Nebe, he was saying, he was like, yeah, you're like a vessel of Christ or whatever. So it's this whole like inner sun energy. So yeah, we'll see what this card has to say in a minute. That was my little ramble or whatever you want to call it. I picked this deck because, like I said, I have some things I need to do. It's now 1:44 p.m. EST, and these messages are kind of straight and to the point, and they give me exactly what I need to like get my day going. sometimes that's probably the hardest part of like doing this inner work is like picking a deck. It is Virgo season. Oh, let me give a quick astrology, what the astrology is right now. Let me go to Astro Seek. I also have Astro Future, which is a great quick look, but it doesn't give me the rising sign of where I am right now. So I can look and see that the sun is at 13 degrees in Virgo. So it has a Aries type, Aries type energy to it. Hunaman came out, and Hunaman came out in reverse. And this deck does have reverse meanings, and I get Hunaman a lot. And Hunaman has to do with, in this deck, infinite possibilities. So, you know, we're going to keep it real on here. I got it in reverse, even though I feel pretty good, but obviously the reverse message has a message for me. So the sun has an Aries energy to it. We are in the second decan of Virgo. The moon is 12 degrees Libra, which is a Pisces degree. So the moon kind of has a also closing out type of feel, even after like the new moon. At least it does for me. It's like starting anew, but still like the old is fading away. That's what I'm getting. Mercury is at 25 degrees of Leo. We are recently just getting out of a retrograde, which I did record a video for Mercury retrograde at the beach. And yeah, I have not edited that, but I did record it on here on StreamYard. So I'm looking forward to playing around with StreamYard and seeing how editing works. I see it says edit right there. I wonder what that means, what I could do while I'm live. So yeah, Venus is in Libra at 8 degrees. That's a Pisces degree. The Mercury Leo at 25 degrees. That is a Aries degree. So we got some Aries-ish energy between Mercury and the sun, which the sun in Virgo was ruled by Mercury. So Aries is the beginning, so it's almost like a fresh start while our emotions are still kind of clearing out from the new moon. Mars is in Cancer at 0 degrees, so we are just starting that cycle. Jupiter is in Gemini at 19 degrees, Saturn in Pisces at 16 degrees retrograde, Uranus in Taurus at 27 degrees. It is now retrograde. Wow. I didn't even know it was going retrograde. Neptune is in Pisces at 28 degrees retrograde. Pluto is in Capricorn at now 29 degrees retrograde. A lot of just reading those off, I'm feeling things. That one came out. Interesting. All right. And let me close this out. So then I got Krishna that came out face down, and it was also in reverse. So now we have two gods in reverse, but we started with the Buddha. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So when I close it out, I shuffle 5 times and say thank you. I started feeling hot, like heat. Let's see. All right. Bottom of the deck, I always keep it upright no matter how it presents itself. Satya, Satya. And then this for me is always my bonus card because sometimes, like these reversals like be having me feeling away. So instead of ending on a reversal, I get to end on an upright. So bottom of the deck and my bonus card, I always make upright no matter what. Prana. Prana is the breath, life, force, energy. But she's also a butterfly, transforming, going through a transformation process. Satya, I'm not sure, but we're going to get into it. Matter of fact, let me move this out the way so you all can kind of see, even though, let's see, let's tilt just a little bit. Maybe if I move forward, yeah, okay. So the first card that we have is the Buddha. The Buddha. Put over here. Block. All right, the Buddha. I think that's at the beginning. So the way this deck works, it's broken into spirituality, Ayurveda, the chakras, then yoga cards, and then the deities cards. So it's got its own different sections. And the Buddha is in the spirituality section on page 29. So this is what the inside of the book looks like. You have a nice color picture of the card, and then you have on this side the information for upright and reverse. Buddha, one who is aware. Buddha is not just one person, but anyone who has an aware and blessed soul. Right now, that is you. You have woken up to your true self and let go of the illusions that were binding you to the material world. You have taken off the mask of security and given a good look into the vastness of your own soul. You have realized that nothing is inherently good or bad, but rather just is. You understand the non-dual nature of the world and are letting go of the judgments of the mind. Hold the knowledge that we are all Buddha nature. It just takes remembering. So that's a blessing. I have been feeling very just like at peace and at calm. And like I actually put on Threads yesterday, something to the effect of, so I have Pluto and Libra in the fourth house. So I can Libra scales, balance, swing from one extreme to the other. And I'm so used to that feeling, especially with my thoughts, because I also have Libra and Mercury as well in the fourth house. So I have a Libra stellium. So I have Libra, Mercury, Saturn, and Pluto all together in my fourth house. And so a lot of times my inner world mentally can be a little bit extreme in my thoughts of especially if it comes to my feelings, because I have a moon in Leo, so technically it's kind of sextile like Libra energy. Leo sextiles Libra, fire and air work really well together. So it's kind of fueling the flames of between my emotional and my mental, Mercury mental, moon emotional. So it can be very extreme in those natures. And so I put on Threads when you're so used to extremes, it's I'm not happy, I'm not sad, but it's like this in between feeling. And so you feel like something is wrong because you're not feeling so extremely. But that's actually peace, to not be feeling anything extreme, to not feel the need to fill it with a distraction, to fill it with anything, to feel the space. Sometimes you need to feel the space, not fill the space. It's just being in the space. So anyway, I'm not even sure how that, I mean, I say what I say. You know what I mean? Whatever comes to me, I'm gonna say it. Hunaman. So let's see, Hunaman. So we have it in reverse, God of courage. In the reverse, are you in control of your thoughts, or are your thoughts in control of you? I was just saying that. Your mind is wandering like a wild monkey. And I pulled the Sacred Rebel cards like recently, like in the last day or two, in the last couple days. And two of the cards had monkeys on it. And I do get that message of like the monkey mind or whatever. Um, your mind is wandering like a wild monkey. When you don't actively train it through meditation, you lose control over it. You're jumping from one thought to the next and often lose yourself in worry and stress. Before you begin your day and pick up technology, find your breath. Find your breath. Notice the movement of your thoughts and slowly tame them. You will soon begin to notice which thoughts are yours and which are from outside forces, such as societal or parental conditioning. When you tame the mind, you are reminded of the truth that you are the divine, and the answers you seek already exist inside you, waiting for you to remember. So I will say that, as much as I've tried to stay on my routine, there have been things happening in my personal and home life that have kind of thrown me off my game a little bit. But the cards that I've been receiving, the Buddha card to start off, I'm aware that my thoughts, that, my practices are not, my thoughts are not as clear and focused and driven as I would like them to be, because there's other energies that are happening around me that I can't control. To use the word control of your thoughts. So I just need to work a little bit harder, to really block out the noise, doing the protection, doing the smudging, to release the energies that have been distracting me. Like I feel like I have not been able to anchor my dreams in the rising like I was, documenting them, and um just my AM routine has gotten off kilter because there's so much other energy happening around me that it's been a little bit difficult. Um, so I'm going to read the upright just so I can help kind of click in my mind. And with these deity ones, it also has like mantras. And I do not speak Hindu, but Om Namo Hanumate Namaha. And so the upright, Hunaman, represents the evolved mind and the potential we all have to no longer be enslaved to our thoughts, but rather surpass them. When Lord Rama asks Hunaman, "How do you look upon me?" Hunaman answers, "When I believe I am the body, then I am your faithful servant. When I know I am the soul, I know to myself to be a spark of your eternal light. And when I have the vision of truth, you and I, my Lord, are one and the same." To draw upon Hunaman symbolizes you are aware of this truth. You are more than a physical body, your ego self, your personality, your soul. The truth is that you are the divine, as we all are. I feel like that was kind of the same message. And because when I was reading this card, I heard namaste, the divine in me sees the divine in you. And I try to say that often, especially when I'm recording, when I close out. The truth is that you are divine, as we all are, split from the same source. Continue to practice meditative states where you are reminded of this universal truth to aid in your evolvement. So, heavy on meditation. I need to get back. Like, I will put on meditation music every night, but I'm not like actively meditating. I'm just like putting on the music and then kind of like letting myself drift to sleep. Um, which is good. Something is better than nothing. But like I said, I know I have to be more disciplined. Um, Then we have Krishna, God of compassion and love, and in the reverse. Have you lost your trust in the divine? Do you feel like you walk alone on this path? How far have you been separated from the divinity that exists inside of you? There is no part of you that is separate from the divine. Your sex, your body, even your shadows, all of it. Wow, it's like this continuing message. All of it is holy and worthy of being embraced. You are a divine being placed on this earth for a specific reason to follow your dharma, life path. The path is winding and has many chapters, all of which are important. Acknowledge the chapter you are in and the lessons it is teaching you. Focus your attention on where you want to go and don't forget to laugh and play along the way. The upright. What does it feel like to be totally enamored, raptured, and captivated with love for the divine? This is the essence of Krishna. You have entered a time where you have realized love is something so much greater than passion between two people. Instead, it is the origin of all life, where everything blossoms. You have trusted in the greater forces of the universe, and in return, it supports you with all its encompassing arms, embracing you like stars in the sky. Continue trusting that the divine is omnipresent and that you are not only a part of the universe, but the entire universe exists inside you. Krishna also reminds you that play is a form of prayer. Let me see something real quick. I keep on seeing my pendulum. I have multiple pendulums, but I just picked which one my hand touched. This is my Angel Aura quartz. It's kind of difficult to see the colors in it, but it's fine. And it's got angel wings on it. It's not super active. It's been a while. Let's see. That time it was more active. Okay. So I need to meditate more, clear my mind, focus my thoughts, trust that I'm not alone, that I do not walk this path alone, that everyone, including myself, are divine. I felt like this is such an interesting, but I feel like it's like being overly critical of myself. It's like, well, these were reversed, so this shouldn't be upright. You know what I mean? Or, this is how I started, so why did these two happen? And sometimes throughout the course of the day, more will be revealed through these cards. And that's why I like to start my day with some cards. Um, so I kind of know like the energies that I'm working through and on. So then we have prana in the upright. Subtle essence of vital life force and breath, flexible and creative. When you are prana full, you are beaming with vital life force. Energy flows easily throughout the body, and you are at one with divine consciousness. You dance through life with fluid movement, and the energy extends out of your body, felt by those surrounding you. You are in control of your breath and utilize it to move life force around you, bringing your mind, body, and spirit into balance. Continue to breathe into the light that exists within you. This is your connection to universal pranic energy. Reversed, it means you are looking, look at your breath and you are looking into your life. Is your breathing shallow, quick, and contained rather than deep, slow, and expansive? This is what is blocking prana from moving throughout your body. I don't even know if I started this with a breath. I usually try to. Your breath is a signal of how you are feeling. When your breath is quick and shallow breath, when you breathe quick and shallow breaths, you are signaling to your body that you are in danger. Simply by breathing more deeply into the belly, you are calming down your nervous system and allowing more positive thoughts to come through. Transform your breath and you will transform your life. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have Satya. Hmm. So it does break it into the categories, but then when I'm having problems, then they also have it alphabetically. So let's see, Satya. Where is it? 85. Truthfulness. You are moving toward your truth, peeling off all the layers of inauthenticity um, that have been placed upon you by societal conditioning. Through this shedding, you are finally feeling truth's bare skin as you place your fingers upon your face, finally coming home to yourself. This truth, Satya, has been dormant inside you all along, waiting until your awakening. Through this process of understanding, unlearning, and evolving, you become a Bodhi, awakened person. Continue to step into this new paradigm of truth as you shed all false beliefs, narratives, and stories so you can emerge as your true self. Ask yourself, where and how can I show up more authentically in my life? What makes me feel like I'm living in my truth? Are my relationships aligned with who I am at this moment? What mask am I still wearing to make me feel loved, secure, or significant? So what I asked my pendulum were all these cards in their proper position? Um, because I wanted to but reading that card, the truth is I am in a very highly aware state of being. That doesn't mean that I don't have um, things to work on, working on my monkey mind, focusing my thoughts, realizing that there are infinite possibilities to situations, but there's no need to worry or stress because I am divinity. I am divine love. And so everyone around me is also divine love. Focusing on getting back into good meditative practices, um, and incorporating more breath, being more focused on my breath, how I'm breathing, how energy is flowing through my body, and staying truthful to myself, and being my true authentic self, and showing sometimes the things that I might be a little bit embarrassed of, showing some of the shadow sides of myself. It's okay. It's what makes me real. It's what makes me real. Let's see. And I saw this card as I was shuffling. Um, I think it flipped over. I can't remember, but when I took the bottom of the deck card off and saw that, I knew that I needed to read it as well. So let's see. And it was page 77. So also when I was turning to this card, I came across it again. And it's on page 77. So this is a yoga card, Samadhi. 8 stages of yoga, advanced state of meditation and absorption in the self. Have you noticed the signs of spiritual progress? Your daily practice has brought you to a place of stillness, and it is there where you experience samadhi, the joining of all aspects of being: physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional. Samadhi is the deepest level of awareness. At 212, at 212, I am living in the current moment while looking for opportunities for positive change. That's an affirmation that just came in. Samadhi is the deepest level of awareness when you experience supreme bliss, consciousness, and enlightenment. Your human consciousness has become one with the cosmic consciousness of your soul, has realized, and your soul has realized that it is far more than a mind and a body. Celebrate the union of your soul and spirit, for you are a microcosm of the macrocosm. That was great. There we go with the meditation. So you doing good, girl. Like, y'all doing good, you know. I hope this message is beneficial for someone else. It's like a confirmation of messages that you had already seen. That was dramatic. It'd be like that sometimes. Sometimes it'd be a little bit dramatic. Let's see. I like to take pictures of my cards, just for my own records. I got a privacy screen on here, so I hope I got it all in there. Let's see. It's perfect. It was perfect. Perfect picture. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I need to clean my desk. I don't know what that is. I was doing my hair right here, so I'm not sure what happened. But I do like to pull tarot. I usually like to pull tarot and oracle. Lately, oracle has really been hitting for me. But tarot kind of gives me just like a quick little bloop. Let's see. Which one do I want to do? I'm going to just do this one. Let's get straight to the point. One of these learning tarot decks. It's always good to have one of these. Because the words and the information are right on it. So the last time I pulled from this deck, I got, and it is now 2:15. My alarms go off at 2:15 to give thanks for this moment because I was born at 2:15 on 9:15. So yeah. So I had the King of Swords, which it says truth up there in the corner, Libra and Uranus, structure, routine, intelligent, rational, logical, power, authority, strength, manners, conversation, discerning, detached, cool, honest, integrity, ethics, morals, clinical, and stern. I also had the Nine of Swords, which I said I pulled last night, and this time it was in the reverse. And so the cool thing about these learning cards is it'll also have the reverse meaning. So as you see at the top, it says anxiety. This is Mars in Gemini. Mars just left Gemini, and that is now in Cancer. The reverse meaning is light at the end of the tunnel, recovering, improving, letting go of negativity and stress, which is kind of cool because I started out with the King of Swords, which is like in control of the mind. And we were just talking about, and that's the other thing I like about having so many decks, because it's like, intuitively you pick a deck and it's like, oh my gosh, like it kind of leads into the next one. So that's really cool, because we're talking about me getting in control of my mind and doing that through meditation, so that we can release the stress and anxiety, just like the Nine of Swords I pulled last night in a different deck. And then we also had the Five of Swords in reverse, which normally the way I pull the last card should be upright, but it says defeat. But it might have been me realizing through just intuitive practice that because of the way the message was going, that this should, and it probably came out reversed, but I usually will put it upright because it is the last card. So reverse says peaceful resolution, moving on, compromise, communication, ending conflict. This is Venus in Aquarius. So yeah, that would go along pretty well with the message that it looks like I was being given. And all air. They were all swords cards, and then we ended with the Gemini major arcana, the Lover's card, which Gemini is also an air sign, and Mercury energy. And it says major choices, love, soulmates, kindred spirits, perfect unions, partnerships, relationships, romance, desire, sexual connections, shared values. And the majors have affirmations on them. My personal value system leads me to love. So yeah, let's see what my tarot is for the day. I usually will let two cards come out on their own. The energy for the day. I let two cards come out on their own, and then I get the bonus card, so that way I have three cards and the crown of the deck. We have 3. And 4. What is the energy for today? That's multiple cards. We got the King of Cups, and we have the Two of Coins going back in the deck. We have the King of Pentacles upright. This is Jupiter in Taurus. Security. Mature, grounded male, successful, wealthy businessman, bettering yourself, not a risk taker. Empire, thriving, high status, stability, security, enterprising, provider. And we have the Fool card, Uranus energy, maybe. The Fool. It says it's time to embark on a brand new beginning. Innocence, freedom, originality, adventure, travel, foolishness, carelessness, idealism, youth, spontaneity, lack of commitment, new beginnings. Well, that was quick. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then we have the Emperor. This card brings special energy to me when I get it because I'm a Cancer rising. And so Aries energy is the top of my chart. And this card talked about status, being recognized, being stable, being very grounded, Earth, king of, and both masculine cards. This is also Mars energy. So it feels very much like throughout my day, just being more in my masculine and my grounded, logical masculine energy. It's very logical, getting in control of my thoughts, not letting my emotions and my thoughts get all jumbled up together, just being very stable, very grounded. So we have security here, and then we have the first word, key word is stability, structure, protection, authority, control, being in control, practicality, focus, discipline, logical, practical, older man, stability. It said stability twice, dependability, fatherhood, father figure. I am my own authority. I have the will and the power to create my own life structure. Praise God. Alhamdulillah. And then on the other side, I have the Two of Swords, and there is that feminine energy. Even though Swords is a masculine energy, there's a female in the card. It's two, it's the second of the Two of Swords, which connects to the High Priestess. Stalemate, truce. This is Moon in Libra, and the Moon is in Libra right now. What did I say? At 12 degrees? Or 25 degrees, I can't remember. Stalemate, truce, sitting on the fence, crossroads, difficult decisions, painful choices, stressful decisions, opposition, facing your fears, being torn between two relationships, divided loyalty. I feel like looking at these cards together and knowing my life right now, it feels like everything is fine. We're starting on a new adventure. So that's why things feel like we're not really sure, but just kind of enjoying it. And like the Krishna card said, being playful, being letting it happen the way it's going to happen. But Aries energy, that Emperor energy, can make a choice when things come up. So I may be faced with some type of decision today, but I'm not going to let that overpower me. I'm not going to stay in this stalemate because I have ended with this Emperor card. That is the crown of the deck. And I think that with the King of Pentacles, I can be very logical. It's like I feel like there's going to be some situations today where I'm very grounded, very stable, very direct, very much in control of myself. And I'll be able to switch easily from having to make a decision, being in control, being the emperor. But also the center of this reading, the way these cards came out, is a new adventure. It's like, you got this. That's all I hear. It's like, you got this. There's nothing to worry about. So that was actually perfect timing, and I don't know why I was just like pick up the bottom of the deck. And what do we have under that? We have the King of Wands, which is very entrepreneurial, creative, very business minded. Once again, we have the King of Pentacles, it's very business minded. And then this is Sun in Aries. So we have lots of Aries energy, very much a leader, very much in charge, energetic experience, optimistic, confident, strong, friendly, funny, charming, way with words, fearless, free thinking, motivated, action oriented, proud, passionate, and honest. Honest, being honest, you know, all this masculine energy. So I really feel like, and then we got two, yeah, we had Hanuman and we had Krishna, both gods, both masculine energy. So that's telling me a lot today. It's like tap into that masculine energy. You got this. You know, when you need to make a decision, you're going to be able to make it clear, direct. There's not going to be this wavering situation. You're not going to have any problems with that because you're surrounded by like all this very stable energy, and you're going to have fun because the King of Wands also, like it says, is energetic. So we have this energetic energy along with the Fool card, which is about innocence and freedom. So it's going to be interesting to see how my day goes, and balancing that fun, innocent energy, but also being very male, grounded, fatherly. Um, yeah, so that'll be interesting. Um, as you hear, we're dinging, dinging, dinging. It is 2:26 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope this message reaches someone and it gives you all a little bit of oomph for your day. And I'm going to go and handle my business. Thank you so much for sitting with me. I hope you enjoyed. Maybe I'll be going live more often and just pushing the button so that I'm not sitting on content and not building my community, because I'm looking for my people. You know, I'm starting a new journey of building online communities and places, safe spaces, and not in like that cliche way, but just like comfortable environments where you can just like kind of sit back, relax, and chill, you know? Anyway, namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Until the next time, keep dreaming. Peace. Love you.